I'm only recording this match because of Neville, once again.
And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing 175 pounds, TJ Perkins. And TJ Perkins.
Still don't really care for TJ
Year
Perkins.
of his 18-year career, the winner of the inaugural Cruiserweight Classic, WWE Cruiserweight Champion. But then the complexion of the Cruiserweight division changed at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view Roadblock end of the line, thanks to that guy Neville.
The arrival of the king of cruiserweights. Look at Neville. Doesn't want to waste any time. He wants to tear TJ Perkins apart. I think Perkins may regret the decision to insult the appearance of the king.
I agree with you, Corey. Listen, until I step in that ring, Neville is the most dangerous man on 205 Live.
And you got to give credit where it's due. TJ Perkins also coming off a big victory last night on Monday Night Raw over the Brian Kendrick.
Here we see sportsmanship.
I hope not.
TJ Perkins
I gotta respect that. I mean,
doesn't want to shake hands.
I almost like TJ Perkins a little bit. Well, not anymore.
why would you want to shake hands with a man you know is intent on destroying you?
And a man who was intent on destroying the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Rich Swann, defeating the champion last week on 205 Live. And as you mentioned, Corey, at the start of the show, Rich Swann deemed medically unable to compete this week.
Goes to show you how dangerous Neville's become. The newfound aggression. Absolute Terminator.
I mean, yeah, you have to think TJ Perkins here. He wants to win one for his friend Swanee, who's now on the disabled list, thanks to Neville.
Now, Austin, in your opinion, do you think fighting for Swanee could be an advantage for Perkins or a detriment? Because in the back of Perkins' mind, he's thinking about his buddy.
It's Swanee, Morrow, if you've been paying attention. I don't know, Corey. I think that TJ Perkins needs to stay focused on the task, which is Neville, and not worry about Swanee or anything else. Video games, whatever. He needs to worry about the man standing across the ring from him that, frankly, has been running roughshod through the whole 205 Live roster.
I think you got to be crazy if you don't think Neville is intent on putting TJ Perkins on the shelf with the Cruiserweight champion. Fantastic reversal. Perkins momentarily getting the upper hand, but it might have just irritated the king.
What's TJ Perkins' biggest advantage in
Well,
this
at least
fight?
this
When you look at it from a
starts out
scouting
quicker.
report standpoint, Corey, what does he bring that can cause Neville?
And just hope
I
they
would
keep
say
up
at
this
point it's going
pace.
to come down to Perkins' agility
Good,
and
good.
experience.
There
Good.
you see some of that.
Because Neville physically more dominant than Perkins in almost every category. Perkins is world traveled as well and knows a few tricks, I'm sure.
I'll add
And
this,
the crowd's
Corey.
into it, which is nice.
TJ likes to be a little flashy in there. He likes to dab. And you wonder if maybe that can get under Neville's skin a little bit. Maybe throw him off his game plan because Neville is so serious and focused right now. Maybe TJ could use that to his advantage.
That is a spectacular analysis, Mr. Aries.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, we know Morrow won't give it to you.
Perkins known as the Phil-Am Flash, but Neville is escaping. Neville with a big boot to the midsection. Turning the tables here, but he's in for the ride by. TJ
That was
Perkins,
pretty
there's
funny.
the power on display, courtesy of Neville.
Yeah, he's not going to win that game. Neville's just too strong.
Again, we
Ooh,
spoke of the agility
that was
of Perkins.
cool.
Neville can almost match every category. Look at this.
Into the bulldog by TJ Perkins. Flying
See,
head
why can't every match be like this? They seem to slow down at certain
trying to
points.
regroup on the outside. He is frustrated by the Phil-Am Flash.
And I understand your earlier point about being flashy, Austin, but I think right now Perkins needs to keep his foot on the gas pedal, try to attack the king while he's got him vulnerable momentarily.
I agree 100%. Put your guns in your holsters and go out there and keep beating the man up.
Take another look at
The only problem with the cruiserweights right now is that they seem to be
Bulldog first.
having too many matches and being overexposed.
Spilling Neville out to the floor.
That's why they seem so boring at
But again, I
times.
think this could be a costly mistake.
It's
Allowing
like,
Neville
you've
time
seen
to recover.
enough.
He just waited too long. He let
There
Neville.
we go.
Oh, there's a veteran move by Neville.
Exactly. He let Neville recoup. Let Neville change the pace, and now he's changed the tide.
The hyper-aggressive Neville, full scoop and a slam. And the powerhouse from the UK, promising a new day in the cruiserweight division. Self-proclaimed king of the cruiserweights, looking to ascend to the throne. Right now, he's looking to ascend to the top turnbuckles.
Could be it for TJ Perkins. Neville measuring.
Oh, drop kick by Neville.
Almost kicked him right out of the ring.
Goes for the cover.
See, now this would be a good feud. Not Rich
Perkins
Swan.
able to slip out. Rear chinlock now being employed by
I'm
Neville.
not really a big fan of Rich Swan.
Take another look at the impact. Neville right off target, driving his feet almost through the chest of Perkins.
Neville, of course, a dominant force during his NXT days. Former NXT champion, two-time NXT tag team champion, including the reign with Corey Graves. But Corey, he has taken it to another level when it comes to aggression, and the hook of the leg results in a 2 count.
I've said it before. I think if this Neville was my tag team partner at the time, we might be NXT tag team champions forever. This guy is absolutely unstoppable. I love it.
He's just so powerful, too. As you said, Corey, almost kicked him right through the chest with that drop kick off the top.
Well, Mars,
and now he's just going to ground TJ Perkins.
Classically.
Take the air out of him, make TJ have to struggle and use his energy just to get back to his base like he's doing now.
But don't discount the heart of TJ Perkins, valiantly trying to fight back. Lands on his feet, spinning. Hook kick to the side of Neville's head.
Staggered Neville. Can Perkins capitalize?
Oh, Neville counters with a back elbow.
I think Neville finds himself in the wrong part of town right now. There may not be a man on the planet that can do
Don't go for
what
the
Neville can do in
450.
the sky.
Oh! And
It's too much of a crowd pleaser. I don't know why he does it. You're supposed to be a heel.
As TJ Perkins able to avoid that high-risk maneuver.
And now he's going to capitalize. Take a look at it.
Look at this twisting 450 splash. But like you said, Morrow, nobody home. Perkins able to
No,
escape
but
at the
seriously,
last
he's
second.
supposed to be a heel. Shouldn't do stuff like that.
TJ Perkins rising,
Too much of a crowd pleaser.
showcasing some of his lightning-quick offense.
TJ is quick. That might be the one thing he has over Neville.
Basement dropkick.
You might be right, Austin. From what we've seen, TJ Perkins' strikes are absolutely sudden.
Speed versus strength, and it's a neckbreaker. TJ Perkins that sends Neville to the outside again. Oh, Oscar Pescado by the former WWE Cruiserweight Champion.
This is a great strategy by Perkins. Don't allow Neville any quarter. No time to recover. Perkins heading up top.
And there was no dabbing there. He got Neville right back in the ring, trying to finish him off.
Neville's disoriented in the center of the ring.
Meanwhile, Perkins
Neville's probably going to win this match, but overall, it's a pretty solid match.
Highly competitive matchup here on 205 Live.
Twisting corkscrew plancha crashing
Nice.
down across the chest of Neville. Perkins able to follow up with a beautiful crossbody. But as impressive as it wasn't just enough to keep Neville down.
Perkins, a globetrotter in his quest to hone his craft. He's performed in Mexico and Japan, learning the styles endemic to those regions.
It's also good to see that the crowd is sticking around after
One time
SmackDown.
here on 205 Live, but he just ate that vicious right hand from Neville, Austin.
He did. And I didn't know he played basketball more. I learned something new every evening. But right now, this is the Globetrotters.
Morrow's a big Washington Generals fan.
Of course he is.
All right, we're going
Right
to see
here
a
in the
display
dangerous
of
spot
power
right here.
from Neville. We saw Neville finish off Rich Swann with the superplex. Could the king of cruiserweights have the
Bugging the
same
hell
thing
out
in
of him.
mind?
The apron's one of the most dangerous places to be in the wrestling ring.
Oh, right hand to the solar plexus by Perkins. Forearm to the face. And a right hand that disorients Neville momentarily.
I still need more people for this division, but it's coming along.
Wow, how did Neville kick out after that?
It's
Speaks
coming
to the
along nice.
endurance and the will of Neville. What a spectacular maneuver by TJ Perkins. Let's take another look at it. Using the rope to springboard into the Frankensteiner. Neville launched halfway across the ring, but once again, not quite enough to keep Neville down.
Yeah, Perkins calling himself a wrestling Yoda. He hopes to dominate Neville the way the Rogue One has dominated the box office, but it has been a highly competitive contest.
Well,
it could come down to a critical mistake by either superstar.
Or if Perkins is Yoda, Neville's Darth Vader. Pure dominance.
Perkins off the road. And the speed of Neville on display. Counter roundhouse by Perkins.
Neville might be out on his feet. Or on the rope.
Oh, triangle wrecking ball drop
He
kick.
almost didn't make that landing.
Perkins could be looking for the knee bar, but look at the power of Neville.
Did he catch him?
Completely denying
Shoot, he
Perkins'
did.
attempt.
Wow. And the strength. Oh, better suplex.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Incredible action between two of the best in the cruiserweight division, Neville and TJ Perkins.
Perkins lands a kick right on the money, right in the ear of Neville. But look at this incredible display of power by Neville. Planting Perkins, bridging German suplex. But credit to TJ for having enough left to escape.
I think you got credit Neville here too. This is the first time he's really been pushed in a while. He's been running roughshod through the division.
Oh, I'm going to disagree with you. We've seen Rich Swann take Neville to the limit last week, but
You're right, Corey.
Neville was able to capitalize and topple the champion momentarily.
And Perkins just toppled Neville with that vicious kick.
But the markings of a true champion is to be able to be taken to the limit night after night and still emerge victorious, and that is what Neville's done.
Ooh, that
Perkins
seemed a
again
bit shaky.
poised on the top turnbuckle. Neville on his feet.
The ref was looking out for him there.
TJP.
Exhaustion's got to be a factor. Perkins taking a little too long to mount the ropes, and Neville made TJ pay.
I think that was just accidental, Morrow. I don't think he tried to do that. Neville's exhausted. He just fell into the ropes.
Would you like my glasses instead of your
Now look at this.
sunglasses?
Perkins fighting valiantly, but Neville just relentlessly
Oh, and here,
moving forward.
looking for that superplex again. Was his pièce de résistance against Rich Swann last week. Perkins fighting it off.
Perkins able to stop Neville, but
Oh, man. Wow, Perkins is out on the top turnbuckle.
what a
Exactly
battle.
what he caught Rich Swann with last week before he finished him off with the superplex.
This is why 205 Live is the most exciting hour on television. And the king of the cruiserweights looking to finish the deed.
And Neville.
Perkins doing his best.
It's dangerous up here.
Suplex? A lot of talking for
Both of them in a
suplex.
precarious position. Suplex.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
1, 2, 3. Neville. One step closer to becoming the king of the cruiserweight. Here is your winner, Neville.
There's no denying
I am glad they gave him new music.
What a battle back and forth. But
It's
we
the little
know
things,
the
you know?
key to becoming a true champion is to be able to withstand the battle and emerge victorious, and that is exactly what the king of the cruiserweights did tonight.
I was impressed by TJ Perkins, but Neville right now is showing that he's at a different level than the rest of the 205 Live roster.
Take a look at this. Perkins stopped Neville momentarily before being on the wrong end of that brutal boot, and the power display high atop the ropes, crashing TJ Perkins' spine
They
first.
should have ended the match differently.
A scintillating superplex by Neville.
That will knock
But he's
the
probably
wind out
gonna
of you. That will
attack him after the match,
send
so
shockwaves through
it
your
all works
entire
out.
body.
And it's Neville that's sending shockwaves throughout the entire cruiserweight division.
A superplex that registered on the Richter scale. Put another one in the win column for Neville.
As
Oh,
nasty as he wants
maybe
to
not.
be, Neville could very well be on